When I reach 1000 subscribers I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card away. To enter, like, subscribe and leave a comment below. Posted by u/Kashiba. Crazy racist entitled mom demands my cancer-ridden mother to give her our apartment. This story took place when I was in 8th grade going into high school. We lived in apartments that were subsidized by Section 8 that were basically funded by grants for Project Self-Sufficiency. This basically means we were allowed to live in the apartments as long as our guardian or guardians proved they were going to school or had a stable job. My mother was going to school to get her JED, then went on to get her bachelor's degree after that. She was also working at the housing authority of our town and was slowly but surely working her way up. Unfortunately, it was also at this time my mom was diagnosed with stage 2 uterine sarcoma. My mom started getting weaker after every chemo and radiation round, and eventually she got to the point where it was a struggle to get dressed. She had to start working by home, which meant she was being demoted until she could go into work again. Soon summer started, so without school being in the way, I could help my mom with anything she needed and watch over my brother. This is where the crazy shit starts happening. For reference, our apartment was fairly large with 2 stories, and on the second level, there were only 2 levels on each apartment, so we only had neighbors downstairs and on the side. 2 of our downstairs neighbors were incredibly entitled, and their children were equally entitled. The one neighbor I'll be referencing in this story we'll call Barbara. Sorry to all the good Barbaras out there. Barbara had a little brat, about 6 to 7 year old boy, that was fueled by Doritos and Orange Crush soda, that went around on his scooter and hit the apartment doors with a damn hammer. He would then ride back down, and as he was riding past the doors he would scribble things on the doors with a purple Sharpie. He then did the same with all of the upstairs doors. Every single door in our apartment complex was vandalized with dents and Sharpie scribbles, including my own. When I saw this I was mortified. I came out of my apartment and knocked on the apartment manager's door. She answered, and since she was good friends with my mom through their work and one of the amazing people who helped us, she knew who I was. Manager: hey op, is everything okay? Does your mom need help? Me: hey manager. No, everything is okay with my mom. There's a problem going on with Barbara's brat. Barbara's brat was a troublemaking kid, so this was not unheard of. She sighed and asked, manager, okay, what's going on? I then gestured her to come outside and look at the doors. She immediately noticed the dents in all the doors and the Sharpie scribbles. She was absolutely furious. Manger and I then worked our way to my unit, and we knocked on Barbara's door and she answered. She swung the door open, and you could hear it slam against the doorstop. She was wearing shorts and a tank top that barely kept everything in place. She had a half burnt out cig in her mouth. She took a long drag before she spoke. Entitled Barbara: EB manager me/op me Barbara's brat. BB: my mother mom. EB: what do you need? M. Hello EB, we need to discuss the actions of BB. EB: what do you mean? He hasn't done anything. I swear if you're gonna accuse him of some act, then EB, if you'll please step outside and look at the doors, you'll notice what BB did. We have a witness here telling me she saw what he was doing. EB: now looking at me, what could you have possibly seen? BB has been riding his scooter this whole time. He hasn't done any of this vandalism. You probably did it and blamed it on my kid. Me: EB: why would I vandalize my own door? I then point to my door and then point back to hers. Your door is the only one that's not vandalized. I saw BB scribbling on the doors with a purple Sharpie and banging them with a hammer. EB: that is fucking ridiculous. We don't even own a hammer. You know what, I will not stand for this bullshit. BB, come here. BB comes out of his room with a hammer in hand and purple Sharpie covering his hands, and some is even on his face. I start to smile that back, quote, I told you so smile. M looked at BB and then back to EB. I'm sorry EB, but we are going to have to evaluate your future with your housing. You can expect to be billed for the repair and possible replacement of the doors BB damaged. We will be in contact very soon. EB is furious. She grabs the hammer and throws it out her apartment, then slams the door. Manager tells me that my door isn't badly damaged, and if I just take some rubbing alcohol, Sharpie will come off the door. I thank her, then go home. Unfortunately, this was not the end. Not even an hour later, Barbara starts banging on my door. I look through the peephole and see her red with rage and another cig in her mouth. She banged again and yelled for me to open the door. My mom woke up after hearing all the commotion and she started coming downstairs. I urged her to go back to bed but she wouldn't. She opened the door and EB tore into my mom. Midway through yelling at my mom, who was in tears by the way, she stopped and looked around my apartment. EB, wow ups mom, you live nicely up here. Why do you get a bigger house than me and BB? Mom, EB, our family is bigger than yours, so we need more space to live comfortably. EB, you barely have anything in here, it's almost empty. We have so much stuff, it would be so nice to have this space. We are silent for a second, then she continues. EB, you know what? You guys should let us move in here. You don't need all this space, and plus we can make a better use of it. Mom, I'm sorry Ed, that's not possible. We can't just. EB, you work for the housing authority, so you can just file an order to switch us, can't you? After all, OP has subjected me and BB to harassment and false accusations. You really should raise your children to be more upstanding and not be such liars. I don't expect anything else from wetbacks. My mother had an incredibly hard childhood and life, and thus is very timid as well as incredibly sensitive. She just stood there in tears with her hand on the wall supporting herself from falling, while taking this verbal abuse. My heart broke with every little sniff my mom made. I couldn't stand by any longer, so I stood up for her. My mom is very sick, and you know that you need to leave right now. We aren't giving you our house and I did not make false accusations towards you or your kid. Please leave us alone. EB, how dare you? I am an adult, I am your superior. We deserve to have a bigger house. You need to get out, because this is my house now. You fucking spics. Wetback beaners. You're lucky I don't call ICE, you have no business being here. I was completely caught off guard. I couldn't believe what was happening, I seriously felt like I was having a fever dream. I can see Eb getting closer, and as she is almost stepping inside the doorway I push as hard as my 14-year-old self could, hitting Eb in the face with the door. You could hear her scream and yell and tell us she was calling the cops for assaulting her among other things I can't be bothered to remember. I helped my mom back upstairs and console her. The cops were actually called, but after talking to the apartment manager, Eb and BB, as well as us, they had decided in our favor. Turns out we could actually press charges against Eb and BB for vandalism and harassment. Needless to say, we did. We won our case after months of going to court and building a case against EB, and shortly after EB was kicked out of the apartments and sentenced. I have a lot of stories from this time, so you might see some more posts from me in the near future if this post does fairly well. TLDR, crazy racist lady gets mad when I call her son out for vandalism, then confronts my incredibly ill mother and demands we give her our house. Cops get called and she gets kicked out of the apartment complex shortly after the incident. Edit, thank you everyone for the kind messages and medals. Seriously, this community is incredible. For everyone out there wondering, yes, my mom is doing so much better and she's incredibly healthy. I hope everyone the best of luck in life. D, also I know the story sounds crazy. I've gotten a few messages asking if this is fake. Of course I'd like to assure it's not, but I can't make you guys believe me. It sounds insane, but honestly if you put yourself in the situation it's really not as crazy as it seems. I appreciate the criticism nonetheless. D. Posted by u/k0mar1k. EM wants me to clean the seat for her precious child and then breaks my headphones. English is not my native language. Sorry for the mistakes. A bit of backstory. This happened in Moscow, Russia not long ago. As a fan of r/Entitledparents, I knew exactly what was going to happen from the moment when I first saw M. I was picking up my headphones in the shop far from my home. It was much cheaper than in any other shop. I got there by metro and was going home when it started raining really hard. Cast me bet you $5 you are not guessing this one. EM. Entitled Mom. Park. EM's precious kid. C1. First cop. C2. Second cop. And the story. So I was running to the metro station. When I got there I was completely wet. It was far from the center of Moscow, so the train was almost free. So I took a seat. I got my headphones out of the package and tested them, just not to drive all the way back there from my home again if they were broken. but they were working, so I was listening to music. As I pass more and more stations, the train starts to get full. Then I see the M with her park into the train. The park is 68 Geo. N comes to me and says, the dialogue is translated from Russian. EM, hey you boy there, hey, I'm 14 years old. Me, excuse me? EM, my park is very tired and wants to take a seat. Park, mommy, can I sit already? EM, to park, of course darling. To me, see he is very tired. I was not going to be rude to them, so I gave my seat to the park. I was 3 stations far from home, so it wasn't a problem. I hear Park complaining to EM about something, but wasn't able to hear about what exactly, because I was listening to music and the train was going very loudly. I see EM look at me very unpleasantly. At this moment I was sure something is going to happen. EM, literally at the top of her voice, come here you filthy boy. Me, excuse me? EM, you made my park wet. Me, excuse me, I don't know what are you talking about. EM, oh really? She grabs me by my shirt and pulls me to the seat. EM, see. Me, I don't see a drop of water on your son. EM, look at his pants. Now I begin to realize everything. So I was still wet, and the seat was wet too. Me, oh, so that's the problem. Well, I'm sorry ma'am. EM, what do you mean you're sorry? That isn't enough. Me, so, how can I help you? EM, you are going to clean the seat for my park. Me, sorry, not going to happen. EM, what do you mean? You don't want to clean the seat for my park? Me, of course not. Park, mommy, let's find another seat. EM, to park, no, this young filthy man will pay for his actions. To me, if you don't want to clean the seat for my park I will call cops on you for ruining my PK's clothes. Me, good luck ma'am. My address is, I tell her the address of a hospital. EM, haha, you are so dumb. Now cops are going to your house. So we were arriving to my station, and I come to the doors, but M pulls me back. EM, you are going to give these headphones to my park. Me, excuse me, why should I? EM, because my park likes them, you must give them to him. Me, I just bought them, I'm not going to give them to your park. EM, WHAAT. But you ruined his clothes, and he is all wet. Me, but I'm not going to give you my headphones. EM grabs the headphones and throws them on the ground. Everybody in the train is shocked. Me, what the fuck are you doing? EM, now you are going to buy new headphones for my son. Me, no, you are. I press the call the train driver button and tell him what happened. PS we already passed my station. On the next stop 2 cops come in. EM, hey, cops, this man is ruining my son's clothes. Get him arrested. C1, tell me exactly what happened. I tell them the story and show the broken headphones. EM, he is lying. He broke the headphones. C2, ma'am calm down. We are going to the police station. So she gave me some money, enough to buy new headphones. And as I leave the PS I approach her. Me, here, take these headphones. I give her the broken headphones and walk away. Obviously, she didn't call the cops. This is my first post here. Hope I get some upvotes. PS, I have another story to tell. If this one gets many upvotes, I'll post another one. Thanks for reading. When I reach 1000 subscribers I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card away. To enter, like, subscribe and leave a comment below.